Hi guys, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Kami and welcome to another crochet vlog. I gotta say, it feels so good to be back. If you haven't seen the previous video on my channel, go and check it out. It's so good. I just finished recording the voiceover for that video, hence I'm wearing a hat from that video. I'm going to say video 100 times today, am I not? Anyway, the link is going to be in the description. It's a vintage D-stash. It's very fun. It's very long. I think it's the longest video on my channel to this date, so very excited to know what you guys think. But today I just want to vlog. I haven't vlogged in a very long time and I miss it, so let's just do it. I want to show you what I've been up to the past few weeks in no particular order. I was really into destashing. Surprise, surprise, hence the last video. So I used up a bunch of just one-off skeins of yarn that I had. Either I bought those yarns or I got them for free or I got them for very cheap off of thrift stores. Either way, it was their time to go. So I made baskets, and a ton of baskets. I don't have all of them here right now, but this is pretty much what you can imagine them looking like. I didn't follow any pattern. It's just single crochet, spirals, back post for the base, let's call it. Like the last row of the base is a back post. Here's another one of them, and definitely the biggest one of them all. I have my variegated yarn jeans skeins in here. Pretty cool. And this was actually the first one I made. Just a dark teal base with white. It's my current whip basket. We're going to get to the whip in just a second. I want to show you this bag that has been very unfortunate. If you watched my Poland vlogs whenever I was on vacation, I started designing this bag and I never finished it because I ran out of yarn, and believe it or not, it took me like 2 months to get this pink yarn for the handle. I still have to attach the other handle, but anyway. First, I wanted to buy this color in my local yarn shop in Poland, and pretty much the last minute before I had to leave, I went to that local store and they were renovating, so they couldn't sell me anything because they were closed. So then when I made it back to Athens, I went to my local yarn shop in Athens and they didn't have this color either. The seller told me to come back in a week and they should have it, so I came back in a week and they still didn't have it. Only after like 2 months did they actually restock this color, and I'm like, why do you tell me it's gonna be there in a week if it's gonna take you 2 months? I don't know, weird. Anyway, so I got impatient, and after like a couple weeks of being back home, I just ordered it online and I made a big yarn order. I mean big, I spent like 50 euros, okay. I got a few skeins, few. And one of those was this color, and it's yarn art number 78, by the way, yarn art jeans, 78, yes. And they sent me every single skein of yarn that they ordered, except for this one. They just like forgot about it. They didn't email me about it, they didn't say anything about it, so I emailed them, the yarn store from which I ordered this yarn, and say like, hey, I understand, someone forgot to add it. Can you just please ship it because I really need it? And they ghosted me, so I decided I'm not gonna order from that shop ever again. I'm being dramatic, I probably will. But it got me so upset, I just shoved this bag in the corner and I just forgot about it for many more weeks, until eventually my local yarn shop restocked this color so I could buy it, so I could finish it. So I really hope to finish this bag design in today's vlog, but also I started making a crop top. It might not look like much right now, but it's my own design that I called the Enchantai top. It's a wordplay on enchanted and tie because it's going to be a tie in a back kind of top, and I thought it sounded very cool, and I've been working on this design for over a year. Not continuously, I kind of gave up on it last summer and now I picked it up this summer. I mean, now that I'm recording it, it's the 2nd of September, so is it still summer? The timing might not be great. But either way, I really want to release this pattern very soon. So I'm going to keep working on this design and show you what it should look like. And we'll see what else we'll do in this video. Right now it's 8 AM. I am drinking my coffee. So there's still a long day of work ahead of me. And also, I completely forgot to mention, I decided I'm going to give myself a yarn buying ban for September, with the only possible exception I would ever make throughout the entire month is if I get a custom order and I do not have that yarn to complete it. Because obviously my customers come before my weird challenges I put on myself. I'm going to show you my stash and see where we're at right now, and hopefully a couple vlogs from now we'll see how much did I manage to destash, I guess. I am still fighting to reclaim space on my shelves. A part of it is making items, selling items, donating items, but also just using up my stash. So that will be my focus for this month. This is all the yarn art jeans that I have currently. And yes, it's disorganized. Try to ignore that. As I showed you before, this basket holds all my variegated yarn art jeans skeins. So this just kind of lives on top of this basket. And these two shelves is basically where all of my yarn is, other than yarn art jeans. This is mostly chenille, if not all of it actually, now that I look at it. This pink is faux fur and the rest is chenille. There's my scrap box, looking pretty good, kind of depleted. Very happy to see it like this. Here I have some miscellaneous cottons, this t-shirt yarn, the sparkly ones, but yeah, this is like the 100% cotton basket other than the sparkly thing. This is where I'm holding my labels, by the way. We go higher to the second shelf, and this is all the yarn art jeans plus that I have. This is mostly acrylics, acrylic blends. There in the back there's yarn art denim, I think it's called, and some yarn art jeans dupe that I found in a local shop on sale, so I had to grab them. They're there. I have two plastic boxes full of Egyptian mercerized cotton that I got from a store that was closing, so they had a huge sale. And in this basket I have mostly drops yarn, 100% cottons, and some diva cottons as well. So this is what we're looking at right now, guys. There might be some other yarns here and there, but that's the majority of it. I finished the top. I used up the entire skein. That's not actually the right label, but yeah, I used up one of these and then like a half of the white skein. Here's the top on the mannequin. Very pretty, very nice. I really like the way it turned out. There is some color pulling here and there, but I actually really like how scattered it looks in the end. So this mannequin is actually a size small, and the top I made is in the size medium, so it doesn't really lay that nicely, but I think you can get the idea of what the vision is. And as I mentioned before, I've been working on this particular design for a very, very long time. So as a fun fact, I layered this camo version of this top on top of the one I just made. So these are both medium, and I think it's pretty obvious the biggest difference is in the neckline. It's actually the exact same pattern, and the only difference is the amount of chains in between the left and right panels. So yeah, I just made these much shorter to keep it nice and structured. And all I have to do now is make this top in the size small and large. I should be able to release this pattern relatively soon. Exciting, exciting, very nice. Hello everyone, it's tomorrow. I finished attaching the straps to this bag. At least I think I finished. I don't know, it looks good to me. I left like the inside of the strap right here hollow, empty, I guess kind of like a sleeve, because I was considering maybe adding some boning to it, but I think it's actually quite stable as it is. Like, it's standing on its own, which is honestly all I cared about. Oopsie. What I want to do now with this bag is obviously tackle all the loose ends that need to be woven in. I would like to attach some magnets on each of the sides so you could, like, you know, clip the bag like so. I don't know, I just think it's gonna be a nice detail, and I'm going to get right into it. I am going to pull all the loose ends towards the inside of the bag. That way I think I can conceal it a little bit better, and also like no one's gonna look like inside the bag as much as they're going to look outside, right? So that's my logic behind it. Halfway done. This pattern involves so much sewing and so many loose ends. I'm sure it's not going to be for everyone. few things. The first thing is that I finished the bag. I attached all the straps. I weaved in all the ends. It took a lot of time, but it's finally done. And I did attach the magnets. Ooh. The magnets are on the side, and I think it looks very, very nice. And I decided I'm going to make another enchant tie top, this time in the size extra small and small. And I'm just going to use the exact same yarns, 6 to 10 from Jeans Soft Colors and just number 1 white. Guys, something horrible just happened. I spilled my coffee. And some of it got onto the top. That's so annoying. Ugh. Alright, I finished the smaller size. I layered it on top of the previous one I made, so it might be a little bit hard to see, but I wanted to show you the difference in the sizes. And there's this dreaded coffee stain. I'm going to try my best to get this thing out and maybe sell this particular piece at a discount because of this stain, but oh gosh, am I annoyed? Yes. So I don't think I did a good job explaining what the sizing would be on this pattern. So the first one I made is actually the size medium/large because this is an adjustable top. And this one, the smaller one, is going to be extra small/small. And I'm going to explain how the sizing works once the pattern is complete because I'm still working on the biggest size so far, which is going to be extra large/extra large. Once I figure how to grade that, I am going to show more details with you guys. I am going to release this pattern hopefully relatively soon though, so you can stay tuned for that. And yeah, for the next project, I decided to use these yarns. This color combo reminds me of forest berries, so that's what I'm going to call this colorway. It's Yarn Art Jeans Plus in colors 51, 54, and 66. And I'm just going to make a kelp bucket hat by Passionate Kelsey. That's just pain. Today's just not the day, okay? It's just not the day. I really like these colors together. After making this bucket hat, I almost immediately started another one. The kelp bucket hats are very addicting. There are 18 rows in the kelp bucket hat pattern, so since I had 6 different colors of Yarn Art Jeans Plus, I just decided to combine them all together and make almost like a rainbow bucket hat. I had to play the yarn chicken with the navy color, but thankfully it was enough to finish the last row in that color, and this is how it turned out. I think it's very fun. It reminds me of the colors of a sunset. After that was done, I really wanted to get rid of one of my Yarn Art Jeans soft color skeins or donuts. I think they're donuts actually. There is that one colorway I just really dislike, so I wanted to get rid of it. And what better way than to make another bucket hat? I paired it with black, and it's definitely interesting. I am almost finished with this bucket hat, but this is all I have of this color changing yarn, so I am just going to cut it off and attach a black from the other side of the skein and just do the last 2 rows in solid black. I think it will actually look very nice. I want to say that it looks better in real life than it does on camera, and the pictures don't do it justice either. But it's there. The next bucket hat is probably my favorite from this video. It's very frosty, very winter-ish. I used one of my favorite colorways of Yarn Art Jeans making this hat, which is this beautiful variegated splash one. I'll put the number on the screen. I combined it with Jeans Plus in off-white color and light blue. If I were to keep any of them, this is probably the one I would keep. But I think I'm going to list it anyway. By the time this video is live, all those bucket hats from this video should be already live on my Etsy shop. So if you want to check it out, the link is going to be in the description. I think this is going to be the last project of today's video, and I am just going to use all my scraps. This is all Yarn Art Jeans Plus, and I will just make a scrappy bucket hat. Obviously this is not enough to make a full hat, so whenever these scraps are finished, I'm just going to attach a different color. Making this scrappy bucket hat, I was debating whether I should just continue crocheting until I run out of said scrap, or if I should finish working with that color as soon as I reach the end of the row, let's say. I decided to go with the first option, so I just tied on next color as soon as the previous one ran out. And doing that, the colors are kind of evenly spread throughout the hat, which happened on accident, and I can't say I'm mad about it. The only outlier is probably this burgundy color, the thickest stripe of them all. And I guess the navy looks kind of funny with only 3 clusters in the second row. But that's just how scrappy projects are, and that's just how this one is. I don't hate it. It's kind of similar to this colorful one I made earlier. I mean, it's literally the same colors in both of them. It's just different way of striping. Here they are side by side. So I made a total of 5 bucket hats in today's video. It's a good amount. I used quite a bit of yarn. I got rid of a lot of small scraps of this yarn or jeans plus. I used up a whole skein of the small yarn or jeans. Each one of these bucket hats weighs a little bit under 100 grams, which is like 2 skeins of yarn or jeans. You know, the small one, the regular one. So it's almost like I used 10 skeins of yarn today. Not today. I've been filming over like 2 weeks now by this point. And I haven't been crocheting for most of this time anyway. Hopefully I can pick up the speed with using up my yarn this month. I also made 2 tops and I started working on the extra large one, so that's great. And also I almost forgot, we finished the bag. Must not forget the bag. Look at her. But that's it when it comes to today's video. Thank you so much for watching. You're awesome for sticking till the end. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!